was practice today?
It was pretty good. We came out. We know we got a lot of stuff that we got to execute. Army, they're a pretty unique team. We only get to prepare for them. It's only one team that runs that offense. So I mean, you only prepare for them for that scheme for one team. So it's kind of hard. So you just gotta keep trying to execute as best you can.
What's the vibe and the mood like with the guys in the locker room? How's everybody kind of feeling this week?
The vibe's pretty good. You know what I mean? It's just like we understand what happened last week, and we just try to leave that in the past. You know what I mean? Like nothing that we do now can change with the outcome that happened last week. So it's best to just move on and try to change stuff that we can change in the future. Control what we control.
Why is Army's offense so difficult to slow down? What are the biggest challenges of that?
They just like to control the clock. That's the biggest thing. And if they're successful controlling the clock, it becomes pretty challenging. Because that means the more time they have with the ball, the less time we have with the ball. So that means less opportunities we have to score.
How about for you individually? How did you feel about your play against Houston and what you brought to the table?
I feel like all I can do is do my 111, just do my part, and I feel like I had a pretty good job of doing that night. But I mean, that's all I can do is do my part and let the plays come to me or let the plays go to my other teammates.
You had some big plays in there. I know there was like a sack in the first quarter, and you made a big tackle for loss coming down the stretch there. Anything that stood out to you or a memory that you think is going to stick with you from that game?
I mean, it was nice to get my first sack, so that was pretty good. But it's just another game. We on to the next one.
How do you kind of describe your skills and what you bring to the table for this defense?
Well, I say I'm pretty aggressive person. I mean, coming from a small town, you kind of do a lot of stuff. So I mean, I would say I'm kind of well-rounded, but I mean, I kind of let my teammates, the outside people, I kind of let them build their own opinion.
I know you and your brother have played here for a few years, but were you guys on the field at the same time this last game?
Yes, sir.
What was that like?
I mean, so that was always like my biggest thing. Like that's coming out of high school. Like that was my goal. I wanted to be on the field at the same time with my brother. And for the first time, that was nice. That was real nice.
He was telling us y'all's parents were having a bit of an emotional time with that. What was it like for them?
Cause my dad, he been waiting for that day. So for him to be able to be there present at the game the first time it happened, it was nice.
How important has Day been to your development? What kind of things does he tell you, or what have you learned from him?
My brother, that's my guy. I wouldn't say we was always the closest, but you know, as we got older, we matured, we came a lot closer. But he's most definitely my guy. Ever since I got here, like when it comes to playbook, showing me the ropes, showing me where classes was when I first got here, teaching me the right and wrong things to do. My brother, he's always been there for me.
Was there something that changed from when you guys used to kind of get into it to now where you're as tight as you are?
I think we was just young, picking on each other like normal brothers do, just trying to get under each other's skin.
He said there was a moment in this game where he was down injured and you were giving him a hard time.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Take me through it.
It was a real funny moment. He was down, and I went over there, and I guess he had just heard my voice, so he just kind of said my name and told me shut up. I just kind of laughed it off. It was a real fun moment.
What were you saying to him?
At first I really walked over there to see what's wrong with him, and I was just telling him calm down and breathe, and then he told me shut up. So then I was like, you shut up, and then we kind of laughed about it.
I mean, he made it sound a little bit different, like you were giving him a hard time, like get up or let's get going. So,
it might have been a little different, but.
What's it like? I don't think people realize how small of a town Shiner is. What's it like to have two brothers go D1?
It's really nice. Like most people say it's like downfalls to it because like you don't get as much exposure. But I mean it's just it exposes you to a lot more. Like coming from a small school, like sometimes in a game like you don't get to look at the sideline. Like sometimes you get a little bang, you gotta play through it. So it's just like it opens the doors a lot faster. It exposes you to the real world a lot faster than it would be to just play one side of the ball. Not saying that's bad or anything, but it's just small town football get overlooked, but I like it.
You obviously play a ton of snaps at that level, being on both sides of the ball. Was it a tough adjustment to come here your first year and maybe just be playing a few snaps on special teams, or to not have as big of a role?
That was probably one of the best things that probably could have happened to me. I wouldn't say that I was just like overly selfish, but it was just I needed some adversity, because my athletic career was I wouldn't say it was just smooth sailing, but like I needed some adversity to like get me into the real world, and coming here, that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
How do you think you grew or changed as a result of that? What impact did that have on you?
It changed me. It had a very positive impact on me. It most definitely taught me how to be selfless, how to care about my teammates a lot more, get into my teammates, not just always want to see me do great, just want to see my teammates do great. And like now it's just like I don't even have to be on the field to just be overwhelmed with joy. I can just watch my teammates make plays. It brings a lot more joy into my day.
What does it mean to you to now have a bigger role? I think this game was the most snaps you've played since you've been here. Does it feel good to have that kind of involvement?
I just each week the role they give me, I just take it and try to execute the best I can.
Are there ways that your play has improved from last year to this year? How have you kind of developed on the field?
I'll say like reading my keys, becoming more faster. That just comes like just watching more film, being able to understand the game better. I say I'm more fluent, smooth. I can play a lot faster. Yes, sir.
I know you play kind of a few different sort of positions in the defense now, and Day is kind of the number one at that outside linebacker spot.
Yes, sir.
Is it sort of an intriguing possibility for you to be filling that role next year after he's gone, to have kind of one brother take over for the other?
Like I said, if they bless me with the opportunity to do that, I mean, all I can do is thank God and execute the job they give me.
Danny, tell us about what you guys need to do to be successful against Army.
Just trust the process. Really just everybody, all 11 people on the field, each time they're on the field, just execute your job. If we all execute our job, I feel like we're gonna do what the triangle does. The triangle will show up, and the triangle will travel, most definitely.
Donnie, are you and Day similar players, or do you bring different things to the table?
I say we're pretty similar, even though like our bodies are kind of different. But we both fly around, like to have fun, energetic, like to make plays. So I mean, people like look at our bodies and they say we're kind of different. But like if you actually go off the gameplay, I say we're pretty similar.
We talked about your growth, but how have you seen him kind of grow up and develop into a leader in your time here with him?
Like I said earlier, like that's my guy. So like everything he gets, it kind of feels like it's for me, but like not really. But like it's just like I can't be like no more proud of than of him than I am now. Like just to see like where we came from to like where we are now, like the position that he's in, like the amount of people that he's able to impact, it's crazy.
Thank you, Donnie.